talked about the news and the media, it's always like, you must be tolerant, you must be accepting of everything, you must not be aggressive. Aggressiveness is a bad trait. We don't want our little boys being aggressive. It's like, yeah, I get it. You don't want your son being aggressive if he's about to punch some other poor kid in the face for no reason. Like, obviously. But if you don't want your child to be aggressive about his or her beliefs, about what they think is right or wrong, your child can have these thoughts about what truth is, and it can be 1,000 times closer to home than what you think. I'm going to try to get this out the way to my head. If it comes out wrong, fuck it, whatever. It's almost like I get it. We need to be understanding, and we need to be tolerant, and we need to be all loving and all accepting, etc., etc. But I understand that, but I'm also gonna have to strongly disagree. I cannot emphasize strongly enough. Like, think about the words you always see in the media and the news. We need to be tolerant, and we need to be accepting. We need to keep our cool. We need to be passive. We shouldn't be aggressive. We shouldn't be narrow-minded, like not open to all the possibilities of something. And it's, if you notice, you see it sort of like masculine, feminine. It's basically, and this even bleeds over into political jargon and dogma, is like toxic masculinity. I'm not going to be so dramatic to say that it's always in a negative light, but let's be real. 9 times out of 10, when I hear talk about masculinity, it's toxic masculinity. And then when I don't hear toxic masculinity, what I've been hearing after that is, it's not that I've been seeing this one a lot lately. It's not that masculinity is toxic. It's that there's a lack of it's just, let's go back. Our world, it's being run like shit. Our world it's got so much corruption, so much lies and deceit. We all know it, but we don't necessarily recognize it. We know it's true, but we don't consider what that means for it to be true. And we don't know how to get angry anymore, because angry is a bad thing. So don't lose your cool, man. You're like, people assume, he burns herb and he's got dreadlocks and plays reggae music. Oh, he's super chill. It's like, I'm chill, but I also get fucking heated when stupid shit happens. You know what I mean? And it's like, maybe that's why look up what fluoride does. Makes you passive, more controllable. Malnutrition, all the foods that take away testosterone, all the soy-based everything that produces phytoestrogen, which does all sorts of things to the physical body, including the behavior, making people more passive, because the estrogen is more of a feminine-based quality of plants, of phytochemical. Not to say that one is better than the other. It's just like, what's wrong with being overly aggressive? What's wrong with being intolerant? What's wrong with not being accepting of everything that's out there? I get that time and place. Like, of course, if you need to see something through new eyes, or you feel like you're just ramming your head into something, things keep going wrong, then of course take a lot of things into consideration. Open up the possibility to different variables. But at other points, you know what's right and you know what's wrong, and you're not going to budge. That means you are intolerant of the bullshit, not just vaguely intolerant. Like that's why I talked about the news and the media. It's always like, you must be tolerant, you must be accepting of everything, you must not be aggressive. Aggressiveness is a bad trait. We don't want our little boys being aggressive. It's like, yeah, I get it. You don't want your son being aggressive if he's about to punch some other poor kid in the face for no reason. Like, obviously. But if you don't want your child to be aggressive about his or her beliefs, about what they think is right or wrong, your child can have these thoughts about what truth is, and it can be 1,000 times closer to home than what you think. And but you don't want them to be aggressive, and you don't want them to you want them to be open to all the possibilities outside of that. If I were to take over a world, a country, a neighborhood, a household, first I would need to make sure that the people who I want control over aren't going to fight back. And that's not just holding a gun up to someone and saying, do what I say or we're going to take you to jail, which is basically what happens also. Don't get me wrong. Like, you have to pay your taxes whether you like it or not, or they will show up at your house with a gun and it will take you to jail. You will lose your freedoms if you don't pay if you don't pay the toll, which is crazy. So yes, of course, there's coercion by force, but there's also coercion by mentality, by the mind. All the subconscious programming. The public school, sit down, shut up, be quiet. When you want to talk, raise your hand. If I don't call on you, then you don't talk. Don't think outside of the box. Don't come to your own conclusions about history, about nations, about war, about what actually happened, the straight facts, and how you should feel about that. For example, you look into stuff like the Vietnam War. Think, oh, was it a just war? Or you think about, Clinton was a war criminal for essentially going to war and dropping bombs in a country without proof that they had anything, weapons of mass destruction, for example. There was no weapons of mass destruction, therefore we went into a country, bombed the hell out of them without proving they had something, and then it even turned out that they actually didn't have something, which is a whole nother war crime. But nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like. But no one gets mad, right? Because you're not supposed to be aggressive. You're supposed to, it's all good. It's all love and light, right? That's the new wave thing. That's why I bite my teeth at the new age thing, is because it's all passive and it's all love, and it doesn't matter if something bad happens, then you're where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's all, is it? And then I say something like that and everyone goes, well, okay, Keith, yeah, that makes sense. Like, but that's not what I mean when I say all love and light. I'm playing devil's advocate to myself. Like, obviously Hitler's bad, Keith, but that's not what I mean. And it's like, to counter that, it's when you say something over and over again on a subconscious level, you're forcing your subconscious mind to take a belief in what you're saying. You are more your subconscious than your conscious. You know what I mean? Your conscious mind focuses on one thing at a time. I can look at the flame and I'm locked in. That's my conscious, masculine mind. Not taking everything into consideration, only looking at one point. Extreme focus. That's the mind, that's the consciousness, the masculine aspect. And then my ability to see my entire room and the light and hear the birds and take in all this information, that's a subconscious. We operate, that's where the power is. So when you're saying something over and over again, you're programming your subconscious mind to have a belief in that thing. So you say, oh, that's not what I mean, but you live your life with the words you use and the thoughts you have and the conversations that you have. Tell your subconscious mind that I need to tolerate everything. That everything is all love and it's all light. That everything's all good, bro. And you need to be passive, right? You can't project. You have to take it all in. That's sort of the yin with no yang, or is it the yang with no yin? I don't know. People need to learn how to get angry. And part of the problem is people don't know how to use their emotions, which is the most powerful. The power in its raw form comes in the emotion. But if you're always angry, of course it's going to be a detriment to your well-being and to your life. Of course, if you're always laser focused and you're always intolerable, you're going to be a total asshole. I'm saying be real. I'm saying use them both. You know what I mean? Use the heart and the brain. Use your intuition and your logic. Use your aggression and your passiveness. But you're not going to know what to stand up for if you have no beliefs, if you don't have a gauge of what's right and wrong, which has also been shut down by the New Age movement and the sort of social dialogue, as there's no such thing as right or wrong. It's all perspective. Life is a perspective. All things are an illusion. How many times have you heard that? Oh, there's no right or wrong. It just depends on the perspective. It's bullshit. There's fucking such thing as right or wrong. If you make a decision that you want your life to be a certain way, if you make decisions that take you away from that life, that is an objectively speaking bad decision. What's up, my love? Yeah? What are these?
Mushroom.
Yeah, mushroom. See, Alice knows what's good. What's this one?
Mushroom.
Yeah, it's a mushroom too. Yeah, what's this one? Oh, the light. You turn the Atlas, turn the light back on. Atlas. Thanks. Okay, don't touch it. Yeah, you guys. So, yay, my love. Is that the end of the video? Okay, that's the end of the video. Just get angry, you guys. Maybe not even worry about... Oh, Atlas, come on, man. Maybe don't worry so much about... This is what my old baseball coach told me. He said, don't worry about making the wrong decision. Just get used to making decisions quickly, using your intuition and your logic. Of course, you'll make some bad decisions, but you're not going to know how to correct yourself until you start making decisions to go, okay, to learn. Learn how to be decisive. And we'll see you in the next video, all right? All right, take it easy.